My name is Mary Myers Holtzman.
My name is Ernest Holtzman, middle initial G for Günther, and where we met, well, we actually didn't meet at first. We communicated over the internet after we had signed up for dating, for a dating service.
My daughter Rebecca is the one that kind of talked her dad and I into getting a computer, and I enjoyed it tremendously. When did you start using a computer?
In the early 1950s. You were born.
Yeah, I guess so.
I was a student at MIT in the acoustics lab, and there were no little small computers. They were all big machines.
It was in 2006 that we started writing through a dating service called Single Me, remember? It was when Katrina hit here, and I went to stay at my daughter's in Pennsylvania. After I had been there a while, and I started getting reports about all the devastation that was going on in this part of the country, and I said, I think it might be a good idea if I would just go back to Louisiana and sell my house and move. Maybe move up here or move somewhere. And I said, yeah, but you know, I do have friends there. I don't know what I would do. She says, well, you could go on the internet and meet somebody that you could go to museums, art museums, and to the theater. And I said, well, I don't know about that internet stuff. I've been warned about it. She says, well, you could try it. She said, just use a different name. She helped me with a profile. And I saw Ernest's profile. And when he started talking about he played the cello in church, and he had 6 children, and
I met somebody at church and I married them. I'd done that already.
First, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to have anything to do with me because I lived too far away. And then he went to a wedding of his grandsons in New York. And when he got back home, he emailed me right away and said, I haven't even unpacked my suitcase yet. I just knew I had to get in touch with you. And then we wrote, emailed all till the wee hours of the morning. After our emailing for about 3 or 4 months, he asked me if he could talk to me on the phone. And I said yes. And I gave him my number and he called me. And finally he started making noises like he thought we ought to get together. And I knew how he felt about people with a little too much weight. And I told him, I said, you better meet me first.
And then Mary said, don't talk about love unless we have met first. So then we arranged a meeting. Well, that meeting took place, and it was very special. It was here in you were driving your beautiful Cadillac around the airport at New Orleans. That's where we met.
And so he came on 9/11, 2006. and I didn't want to go to the airport because I was wondering whether it was going to get bombed. I went anyway, and there's that little frail-looking man standing outside of baggage, and then he got in my car, and I felt like I knew him for a long time, and I asked him if he was hungry, and his famous words were,
I can eat.
I could eat. So I said, well, I'll take you to one of my favorite places.
Houston's.
Yeah. So we slipped in the booth, and he reached over and he took my hand.
You're everything I was hoping for.
You were everything I thought you would be. Everything I knew you would be. Did you have vibrations when you met me? I didn't know that. I didn't know they were vibrations like that, Ernie.
There were fireworks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, well, that's nice to know. That when Ernie first came to my house, after I picked him up at the airport and we went to Houston's to eat, and I took him outside to show him around, and when he saw my pool, he stood out in the yard and peeled off all of his clothes and got in the pool while my mouth was hanging open.
I don't remember.
Oh, I didn't know whether to laugh, cry, run, join him. I didn't know what to do.
That was the beginning.
That was the start. Why did we decide to get married? I didn't want to get married.
And I did.
Ernie wanted to get married.
Right, that's it. And she gave in. I wanted to have a family that I knew who was a member, and we were not having babies here and there and every place.
You thought we were going to have babies?
Yes.
You mean you and me?
Who knows?
Oh, come on, Ernie. I think Ernie's very brave to have married me because all my husbands died. But not before I divorced two of them. I guess I am lucky to have met somebody at the age of 80. So that's the way we met, on the internet.
I just love you. I just love you. I love you lots.
Lots and lots.
Lots and lots. Much more. Much more.
You bad. He loves me lots and lots. Do you love me? I love you. Don't look at her. She's new at this.
Huh? She's what?
New, N-E-W. She's new at this. New.